win. It's time to reactivate your finances, your health.
Are you ready to get your life?
Well, this is your moment.
Ready to get your life back on track?
Get up. What are you doing? It's your time to reactivate. right, let's see. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Technical difficulties are a problem, and I hate it. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Please let me know in the comments that you can hear me. Please let me know in the comments that you can hear me. Please, please, please. If you are still there in the comments that you can hear me, let me know. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. If you can hear me, let me know in the comments. Cool, we're good. We're rocking. Thank you. Know it's better. All right. Here we go again. So let's start this back over. So have you ever been in a place where it seems like every time you turn a corner, every time it seems like things are going good, things are progressing, things are going the way you want them to? It seems like every time when you turn the corner, another problem faces, another problem arises, another problem just comes out of nowhere, and we don't know how to handle it. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to think. We don't know how to act. We don't know which way to turn. But that is in the moment. That is the moment where we realize, or that is in the moment where we kind of figure out that those are the things that God does. God puts us in situations. God puts things in our path to where it seems like things aren't working out. It seems like things aren't happening the way we want them to. It seems like things aren't panning out the way we thought they should. And that is exactly where God wants us to be. And he wants to let us know that he's taking us on a journey. He's taking us on a journey that we didn't even know we needed. We don't even know that we need this. We don't even know that we need what's going on. We don't even know. We look at the negative aspect. We look at the bad things and think that these things are meant to tear us down. We think of the negative aspect of our journey. We think of the lows. We think of the discombobulation. We think of the low self-esteem moments. We think of the depression moments. We think of the anxiety moments. We think of the confusion moments. And we think of these things and say to ourselves, this can't be life. We say to ourselves, this can't be the way things should be. We say to ourselves, I know I've been doing good. I know I've been doing well. I know it seems like things are going well in my life, but why is it at this moment in time where I got everything under control? Why is it at this moment in time that everything is going great, that things start spinning out of control, things start going haywire? It's because we are on a journey. We are on a journey. A journey is simply a place where we go from one place to another. We go from one thing to another. And what we have to do, we have to embrace the journey. We have to embrace the road that we're on. We have to embrace the road, no matter how rocky it is, no matter how hilly it is, no matter how many turns, twists it has. We want things to be straight and narrow. We want things to be a one-way street where we can just keep going and just fly and just keep working and keep doing what we're doing. But every now and again, you have to go into a road, a winding road, a hilly road. Sometimes you go up one mountain and go down another. Sometimes you go on you're on one side of the street, but you have to switch and go to another side of the street. Sometimes you have to go in one direction, and next thing you know, you have to go into another direction. But that's all a part of the journey, and we have to embrace the journey. That's right, brother. We have to embrace the journey. We have to embrace what the journey represents. Because here it is. The journey represents the process. I'm gonna say it again. Your journey represents your process. One more time for the people in the back that might not have heard what I said. Your journey represents your process. So this is all a part of the plan. This is all a part of the process that you have to get to your greater good, to get to the greater end, to get to your blessing, to get to your breakthrough. It is all a part of the process. What we have to do, we have to realize and understand that every aspect of this journey, what's up, Shan? Every aspect of the journey, every aspect of what we're dealing with, every aspect of what we're going through is doing nothing but prepping us. It's preparing us for what's ahead. It's preparing us for what we've prayed for. It's preparing us for what we've asked God for. And every now and again, God takes us on these journeys. God takes us on these roads. God takes us on these hikes. God takes us on these adventures to see how far we're willing to go, or to see how long we're willing to last. Because here it is. Some of us don't like to go on certain journeys because some of us are impatient. Some of us don't like these journeys because some of us don't like what these journeys bring. They don't like that these journeys can do a few things. Here it is. Some of your journeys can bring up your past. See, a lot of us thought we left the past behind us. A lot of us thought that we left those things beneath us. A lot of us thought we left those things back in the day. But every now and again, some people, some places, some things from our past have a tendency of resurfacing. They have a tendency of jumping back into our present life, into our present situation, to try to get us off track, to try to throw us off. And that's all a part of your process. I'm here to remind you, I'm here to let you know that whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever person, place, or thing they have crept back into your present from your past, or whatever they have crept back from your past and try to whisper sweet nothings in your ear, they crept back into your present, trying to send you DMs, or trying to make subliminal posts, or trying to send you shout outs just to get off course, just to get you off track. Guess what? It's all a part of the process. And what we have to do what my boy Joel MB always says. He says to trust the process, trust what it brings, trust what it represents. Just trust it. Look, you don't have to like it, you don't have to depend on it, but you have to trust it, because what the process does, the process is doing nothing but preparing you. Here it is. Your process is preparing you for your future. Your process is for what's ahead. Your process is preparing you for your purpose. So you have to trust the process. Why? Because the journey that we're on is not what we needed. It's not what we didn't like it. We didn't like the way the thing ends up. I didn't like the fact that I had to go on the journey and see and witness my cousin take his last breath. I didn't like it, but I know it's all a part of God's process. I didn't like to eulogize. I didn't like to stand up behind the podium and unspeak words of comfort and words of encouragement to my family on a very tragic day. I didn't like to do it, but it was all a part of God's process. And what he lets us know, that he's bringing us to this process because we don't like it. But guess what? It's everything we needed. This process that we're on, this journey that we're on, is everything and more. It's everything that you've ever needed. It's not what you want. It's not what you desire. It's not what you prayed for. It's not what you've asked God for. It's not even what you even written down in your little journal. It's not even what you've written down on your board. It's not even what on your vision board. It's not even any of those things, but it's everything that you need. You see, we thought that it meant one thing. We thought that we were going down the road and it meant okay, we're in trouble. No, it's not that you're in trouble. You thought that you were going down or traveling down this long, dusty, dark road, and you thought that you were going to meet your demise. But God said that that's not what it is. You thought that you were going down this long and dusty road because you thought that you were going to meet your end. You thought that you weren't going to achieve the goal. Yeah, you may have started years ago. Yeah, you may have started your business plan months ago. Yeah, you may have started it a long time ago. But guess what? That does not mean that it's the end. That does not mean that it's finished. It means that it's all a part of your process. It's all a part of your process. And guess what? What God does, thank you, baby. What God does, God prepares you because he wants to make sure that you're built to handle what he's about to give you. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but God is simply preparing you. This process is preparing you to make sure that you are built to handle what's about to happen. He wants to make sure that you are built to handle what he's about to give you. He wants to make sure that you are built to handle what you're about to walk in. There it is. He wants to make sure that you are built to handle what you're about to walk into. Because guess what? Some doors, here it is, some doors that you're about to walk into, God has not prepared you for yet. And what we end up doing is we end up opening those doors anyway, thinking that we're prepared. We think that we have it all together. We think that we have it all under control. We think that we have everything in the palm of our hand. But guess what? You're not prepared for it. And what ends up happening is when you walk into that door that you're not prepared for, you end up meeting a frustration. You end up meeting low self-esteem. You end up meeting walking into discouragement. You end up walking into calamity. You end up walking into trouble. You end up walking into confusion. And guess what you end up doing? You end up losing your mind because you thought that this was the right path for you. You thought that this was the way you're supposed to go. You thought that this was the door you're supposed to walk into. But guess what? He's not allowing you to walk in certain doors. You see, some of us have went to a door and the door wouldn't open. And we're going to talk about what happened with those doors right after this commercial break. break. Give me one more second. Right after this commercial break, we're going to talk about those doors.
Life has its way of being sweet, and life has its way of being spicy.
You did not have to hit me there.
Girl, I did not hit you.
Anywho, life has its way of being hard, and life has its way of being easy. Join us every second Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time,
8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
at the We Empower Network. Tune in to the Sweet
and Spicy
Podcast. Hope to see you there.
Bye.
Let's talk about them doors real quick. You see, once you and Tony, my bad. Tune into the Sweet and Spicy Network every second Thursday, second and fourth Thursday. Coming up this Thursday, please tune in to my sister. So here we go. So when sometimes you walk into a door, here it is. You walk into a door, and sometimes the door was locked, and you tried to open the door. You tried to open the locked door. How many of you can admit that you've tried to ram your shoulder and tried to bust the door down because you wanted what was behind that door? You saw, you peeked through the window and you saw something behind that door that you thought you wanted. You saw something behind the door that meant a lot to you. You said, "Oh yeah, I want that. I want that. That's for me. That's right up my alley. That's I like what he's doing. He's right up my alley. I like what she's doing. They're right up my alley." And you thought that was the door for you. You thought that you were supposed to walk into that door, but God said, "No, that's not it. That's not what I want you to do." Why? Because you're not prepared for it. You're not prepared to walk into that relationship. You're not prepared to walk into that bank and get the loan yet. You're not prepared to walk into that job and get the job yet. You're not prepared to walk into the dealership and drive off with that car yet. You're not prepared because you thought that you were going on this journey and you thought that this is what you wanted. But guess what? It was everything you needed. I want to remind you today. I want to just remind you that the pain that you experienced, it was necessary. I want to remind you that the heartbreak that you felt, it was necessary. I want to remind you that the confusion that you're going through right now, it is necessary. I want to remind you that relationship you thought was working out, it's not working out. But guess what? It is necessary. In other words, it may not be working, it may not be for you, it may not be look good to you, but it's working out for your good. It may not seem good to you, but it's working out for your good. It may not seem right to you, but it's working out for your good. So I want to let you know that sometimes the journey you're on, God is taking you on a journey to show you, to let you know that that everything that you ever wanted, everything that you ever needed, he's bringing it to you. In other words, God takes you on a journey you didn't know you needed to bring you everything you ever wanted. So I want you to be patient. I want you to wait a little while. Yeah, I know, I understand, but no, you want it right now. I understand. Some of us have that microwave mentality. We just want our stuff to be warmed up just to taste good, just enough for us to eat. We want our stuff to be warmed up just enough for us to taste it and say, okay, yeah, I like the way this tastes. This is warming up just for me. But God is what I like about God. God is preparing a full meal for you. God is not preparing you a microwavable dinner. God is not preparing you for something that just warmed up. God is not preparing you for something to just warm up. He's preparing something for you that's tailor-made for you. He's preparing your best dish. And guess what? Your best dish, your favorite dish, it takes time to prepare. It takes time to prepare. You have to put in certain ingredients into a dish, certain ingredients into the thing that you like in order for it to taste good to you, in order for it to taste the best for you. You don't want just anything thrown in there, because guess what? Throw something in there, it comes out wrong, it comes out bad, it leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. That's just the way life does. Some of you have gotten things that left a bitter taste in your mouth. That's why the relationship didn't work out. Some of you have received things that left a bitter taste in your mouth. That's why you're not friends with them any longer. Some of you have even seen things that left a bitter taste in your mouth, and that's why you're not even friends with them on social media. Some of you have walked into a job and it left a bitter taste in your mouth. That's why you didn't last a year or more. You walked right out because it left a bitter taste. Why? Because it wasn't for you yet. It wasn't prepared for you yet. The ingredients in that particular thing weren't the ingredients that you needed. They were the ingredients that you wanted. Here it is. They were the ingredients that you wanted. You thought it was best for you because it looked good. It looked good on the outside. But once you bit into that thing, or once you got a hold of that thing, you realize, oh no, this ain't how it's supposed to be made. This ain't how it's supposed to look. This ain't how it's supposed to turn out. That's why you got to be careful. Here's another example. You got to be careful. Like, for example, when you buy a car from a buy here, pay here lot, you see, it looks good on the outside. You see the price, and the price is in your price range. You're like, okay, yeah, I can afford that. I can afford that down payment. Oh, that's the type of car I want. But then you notice when you drive off, everything is cool. When you drive off, everything is great. But then next thing you know, 2 or 3 months down the road, it ain't working. Why? Because the engine is shot, because you didn't look under the hood. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but God is letting you know that he's looking under your hood. He's looking on the inside of you to see if you are ready to receive what's about to happen, to see if you are ready to walk into what he's about to bless you with, to see if you are ready to open up your hands and receive what he's about to give you. And some of us think we are ready, but we're not, because guess what? We're walking down the road. We're walking along this journey thinking that everything we're experiencing is something that we want. No, it's something that you need. It is necessary for you. It is necessary for you to have bad things happen. It is necessary for you to lose things. It is necessary for bad things to come into your life, because guess what? If you didn't have bad days, you wouldn't appreciate the good days. Oh my God. Listen, I don't know who that is for, but that's for somebody out there. If you didn't experience the bad days, you would never be able to appreciate the good days. The songwriter said, I won't complain. Everybody knows that song. It's one of the best gospel songs ever created. And you have to realize that sometimes your good days outweigh your bad days, and sometimes your bad days outweigh your good days, and sometimes you'll have hills to come. But guess what? But when you think about all that God has done for you, when you think about all the bad things, when you think about all the ways God has made, when you think about all the things God has happened, guess what? Then your good days end up outweighing your bad days. But here's the thing, some of us still complain, and that's the problem that we have. The problem that some of you have is that you still complain even though the good days are outweighing your bad days. You still complain because you don't have everything you want. You still complain because you don't have everything that you desire. You desire a certain type of thing. You desire a certain type of person. You desire to be in a certain type of place. You desire to live in a certain type of area, but God is not going to bless you, or you're not going to get that blessing, rather, because you're still complaining about some of the little bad days you have, when God is showing you and reassuring you that though your good days are always going to outweigh your bad days, and it's all a part of God's process. I need you to understand. I need you to understand it's all a part of God's process. It's all a part of this journey. It's a part of the process. Trust the process. No, you're not going to understand it. It's not meant for you to understand. I'm gonna say it again. The process is not meant to be understood. The process is not meant to be understood, but the process is meant to be appreciated. I'm gonna say it one more time. The process is not meant to be understood, but it's meant for you to appreciate it. And here's why you need to appreciate the process, because what the process does for you, it reveals certain things about you, and it reveals certain things about the journey that you're on. And ultimately, what it will reveal is the reward that's ahead of you. I'm gonna say it again. The process needs to be appreciated. Your process, aka your journey, needs to be appreciated because it reveals certain things about you. Let's touch on that for a minute. What I mean by it revealing certain things about you is that it opens up the cover off of you to help you realize certain things about you that you didn't even know existed. For example, you did not even know that you can handle a certain thing until you went through the process. You did not know that you can handle certain people until you're put into a situation where people around you were getting on your nerves. You didn't know that you can handle those people. You didn't know that you can handle the situation you're in until God had to place you smack dab in the middle of it. And what that does is it appreciates us, because it appreciates you you learning about yourself, because now you're able to realize, no wonder I was able to keep going. No wonder I was able to keep fighting. No wonder I did not give up. You see, you were supposed to give up a long time ago, but something in you, some kind of instinct kicked in and reassured you, said, no, you still can make it. You were supposed to stop trying a long time ago, but something in you said, no, maybe I need to keep going. Maybe it's something better for me on the other side of this. That's why the journey causes you to appreciate you. Then it causes you to appreciate the journey. Here it is. Here's why you appreciate the journey or the process. Here's why you need to appreciate it. The reason why you need to appreciate it is because it reveals what the journey represents for you. It reveals what the process is for you. You see, you thought the process was meant for your road. You thought the process, the journey was meant to reveal certain things about the road. No, 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 no. It was meant to reveal certain things that the journey represents. The journey represents your struggle. The journey represents your insecurities. The journey represents your attitude. The journey represents your mindset. The journey represents your thinking. The journey represents your thought process. The journey represents how you handle other people. Here it is. The journey represents how other people handle you. See, a lot of we don't even think about that sometimes. We don't even think about how other people handle us. Why? Because we're so used to being handled a certain way that we get complacent in how we're being handled. I'm gonna say it again. Some of us are used to being handled a certain way, which is why certain relationships never worked out, which is why certain friendships never worked out, which is why certain businesses never came into fruition, which is why certain goals never came to pass, because you were thinking that, okay, man, okay, maybe they're doing this to me. Maybe if I allow them to keep doing, okay, things would be cool. I mean, I'm in a good place. I'm making a decent amount of money. I'm doing what I want to do, but I'm not doing what I need to do. See, that's the problem. We're looking for what we want instead of looking for what we need. You're looking for your desires instead of looking towards your destiny. God, I'm gonna say it again. You're looking towards your desires instead of looking towards your destiny. So here it is. What you need provides you or prepares you for your destiny. What you want only equips you for your desire. And guess what? Your desires are only temporary. Your desires are not everlasting. Your desires are only temporary. Your desires are not everlasting. Your necessities are what you need to keep you going. Your desires are what you want to keep you going only temporarily. Here it is. Your desires only keep you pushing for only a certain amount of time. But your necessities keep you going despite of what your desires say. Your necessities keep you going despite of what your wants may think or what your wants may say. You want a certain thing, but you don't need it. Like, for example, we all love and want sweets, but we don't need it. It's not healthy for us. But we choose not to eat the vegetables because the vegetables aren't what we want, it's what we need, but it's what we need. We need their nourishment. I mean, any of us that have children deal with it on a daily, if not a weekly basis. Your kids want candy. Your kids want sweets. Your kid wants certain things, but they can't get it all the time. Why? Because it's not a necessity for life. You need water, you need the sun, and you need nourishment to keep you going. You don't need the other things to keep you going. That's just an example for you guys. But we have to understand and realize that God is taking us on this journey. One, to reveal to us who we are. The journey, aka the reveals to you who you are. Not only does that happen, but the journey also reveals what the process is. It reveals what the journey represents for you. Some of us think this journey is meant, okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep going because I'm waiting on the end. But guess what? You can't get to the end until you experience the journey. Thank you, Lord. Some of us need to have a journey experience. See, we want the blessing. We want to see the end of the road. We want to see the end of the road. We want to see the end of the thing. We want to see the blessing, but we're afraid of that journey. And what we have to understand that the journey is the necessity. The journey is what we need. Some of us need to keep walking along the journey. You've been walking along this journey for so long that you can't wait to get to the blessing. You can't wait to get to the end. But I'm here to remind you that the end has never moved. God Almighty. Listen, it's just like a race. The finish line never moves. The finish line is always there. But you won't ever reach the finish line if you're not prepared for the race. I'm going to say it one more time. The finish line, the end, has always been there. The end has never moved. But you will never reach the end. You will never reach the finish line if you're not prepared, one, for the race, and if you're not equipped to finish the race. A lot of us think we're prepared. Yes, we've been preparing for so long, but guess what? You're still not equipped to finish. God has put you here not only to prepare you, but he put you here for you to finish it. He's not going to allow you to finish a race if you're not prepared for it. So this journey that we're on is meant to not only prepare us to go through the race, but it prepares us to finish the race. So the journey reveals to us who we are. The journey also reveals to us what the journey or the process represents. And at the end of it all, God is letting us know that the journey that we're on, is telling you everything that we thought we wanted. But we thought we needed, but it's giving you everything you ever want. Because guess what you didn't realize? You didn't realize that you would want to be stronger. You didn't realize that you wanted, you didn't realize that you needed to go through the pain in order for you to experience the pleasure. You didn't realize that you needed to go through the heartache in order to realize what happiness was. In other words, I'm saying like this, I'm gonna go biblical with you. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. Meaning that you're going to hurt, you're going to have pain, you're going to have heartache, but guess what? The better of it, the greatness of it is on the other side. All we have to do is keep going along the journey. Listen, that is my time for tonight. I appreciate you all once again for joining me. I want to apologize for the technical difficulties that we experienced earlier, but thank you all for tuning in and sticking out. Once again, I need you to do me a favor. Like, share, and comment on this video. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, for commenting. My sister Shan, my sister Tracy, Miss Beverly, my wife Cornay, Regina, my Uncle Keith. Thank you, my brother Tom. Thank you all for tuning in and for rocking with you. But do me a favor, please, and Nurse Betty. I can't forget my Nurse Betty. I'm praying for you too. Please like, comment, and share this video. Please share this video to let everybody know what goes down here every Monday night at 8 p.m. on the Win Network. Somebody needs to feel this. Somebody needs to get this word, and for them to be reassured that sometimes God takes you on a journey you didn't know you needed to bring you everything you've ever wanted. And I'm here to remind you that God is just a God like that he will bring you everything. He will take you on a journey that you didn't even realize that you needed to bring you everything you wanted. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Do me a favor and go ahead and if you haven't, go ahead and watch the replay on this video. Thank you for the replay ministry, my replay audience that's on. Also, you can follow me here on Facebook under Marques Ford. Also, follow my page at Reactivate The Moment. You can also follow me on Instagram at M423 and at Reactivate The Moment on Instagram as well. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Reactivate The Moment. I appreciate you once again. And I will see you right here, 8 p.m. at the same time, same channel next week, right here every Monday night on the Win Network, where all we do is win. I will see you next week. I love you, and absolutely positively nothing you can do about it. Have a blessed night. Have a blessed week. I'll see you next week. Peace out.